Welcome to the Bell and Spurling podcast.
We're just two different people.
I got to Saint-Tropez on holiday.
I got to Romford Market on a Tuesday with me mum.
I like to drink a nice red wine.
I like a McDonald's milkshake. Large.
I'm a West Ham fan.
I support Spurs.
We're just two different people. Eh?
People.
So the idea behind this podcast really was that...
Yeah, I was wondering what it was.
Well, because we're two different people, right?
Two different people, yes.
Right?
We certainly are that.
We like different things.
Excuse
me. You know, we spend our money on different things. But obviously we've had...
Well, you've got a house.
What have you got then?
I've got my mum's house.
Yeah, but it's a nice house.
It is nice.
You've got a recording studio.
Yes.
Well, you live in that, don't you?
I live there, yes.
Yeah.
But you've got a family.
You got a family?
I didn't marry.
No.
Got no kids.
No.
But
there again,
you did the normal things in life.
Okay, yeah.
And I...
You went to Colombia.
I went to Colombia and back. Yeah.
But what got me thinking was that,
go on.
obviously we're two different people and we've stayed together for all these years. We've had our ups and downs.
Oh, we have.
But what a career, you know, we highlights, Top of the Pops twice. Sold over 500,000 singles.
Yeah.
And we're still out there gigging. And that doing the Sven-Göran Eriksson song has taken us all over the world, right?
It did.
But it got me thinking about people have got... they are two different people.
Yeah.
People that lived in the same street that got on for years. Before social media, they didn't know what their political views were.
No.
Right? They didn't know about... like Brexit divided everybody.
It did.
Right?
I still don't know what Brexit means.
Well... Yeah, but no, nobody really does, really. Do they?
I swear to you, I don't really know.
It's not.
I do know, but you know.
But it's not what everybody thought it was going to be, right?
We wrote a song about it. Merry Brexmas.
We did Merry Brexmas.
It's still available.
Yeah,
still available.
we did write that. Actually.
Yeah,
it was good actually.
It was.
But even like COVID divided everybody.
Oh, it certainly did. Yes.
Football divides people.
Yes.
Football, the opinions.
But it always did.
Yeah, but because of
not so much.
Yeah, but you'd only get that in a pub, right? I only know what you thought about how Tottenham were playing or how West Ham were playing or
I'll tell you how Tottenham are playing at the moment.
Exactly the same as West Ham. But what I'm saying is,
yes,
you only knew what people's views were in the pub, right?
Yeah.
Now we know on our phone. And I look at other people and go, seriously, what he thinks like that?
Yeah.
We're completely different. We've got completely different views. Yeah. So people are so divided now.
But they always were.
Don't you think that people look at other people now? You look at your neighbour and go, huh, he's a socialist. I didn't know he was a socialist. Or he's a right winger. Or he's a, you know.
But years ago, being right wing or left wing wasn't as extreme as it is now. I mean,
maybe it was though, John.
My nan and granddad, one was Conservative and one was Labour.
Really?
That's true.
Wow. But it wasn't that important, was it?
No.
Do you know what? My mum and dad always voted Conservative, but I think my dad was a bit of a Labour.
Was he?
I think so, because he used to moan about BT, British Gas, and all that, saying they've got a monopoly. There was something about him saying everyone should. They're basically taking the piss out of us.
Yeah.
You know, and my mum would be on the phone. She'd go, him. What's he going on about? And he'd go, no, I'm telling you, he'd go, him. Now. People are just... I look at other people and go, does he think of me? Because me and you have worked with Farage for the last couple of years. I know certain people that are good friends that go,
are you kidding?
We're doing working with him. And I go,
we had some terrible...
He's paying my mortgage.
We had some terrible backlash.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Terrible.
And the thing is, we were doing satirical songs on his show about the week's events.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing. It wasn't our whoever it was, whether it was Labour or Conservative or whatever was going on, we took the mickey out of it.
Oh, we did. We done a real big mickey take out of Boris Johnson and Jeremy Hunt, which some of the rhyming was perfect.
Well, of course, with Jeremy Hunt, you're always going to get that one, aren't you?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, look, that's all I'm saying is that people are different, but we didn't really know that we were that different. For instance, okay, let's go back to when like me and you, we like different things. We spend money on different things. When we first signed our record deal,
yes,
okay,
yes.
I remember we first signed our record deal with Warner Brothers. Me and you didn't have a penny. We were singing in the terrible depths of Dagenham.
We weren't doing too bad.
We was all right, but we were. Yeah, we was doing a bit for Capital Radio, a bit for Chris Tarrant, a bit here and there. But we'd still go and do a shit gig as well, right?
Oh, God, yeah, plenty of them.
And we still do.
We still do.
Right, which I don't mind.
I did a shit gig last week.
Well, there you go. I don't care. I say yes to everything now.
In fact, it was so bad that I didn't even do it because I was cancelled. That's how shit it was.
It's true, yeah.
True.
Yeah. But I remember us signing our deal at Warner Brothers.
Yes.
And then...
I found that picture the other day. We'll have to put it
of us signing it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've got it. Of us signing...
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Signing our...
contract.
Oh, no, it's a management contract.
Oh.
It was our management contract with Tamer Hassan.
Yeah, the actor. He was our manager for a while. Yeah, I love Tamer. He's fun.
He's lovely.
We'll talk about that in in fact, we'll get Tamer on the show as well.
Absolutely.
Tamer will love it.
Yeah.
But I remember us signing the deal with Warner Brothers, getting out and phoning the lawyer, and the lawyer said money's in. And then you were going, wow. I mean, literally, I remember my bank account said 16p. Right,
yeah.
I had a mortgage then, but I had a very small flat that we used to have a party in. And I paid all my bills and I had plus 16p on my statement. And I remember me and you getting in the car, coming out of Warner Brothers and driving back. You were sleeping a lot then, weren't you?
I did have a little bit of a sleeping problem.
Yeah, you conked out halfway through a conversation, didn't you?
I can remember conking out. Andy Turner, his name was, the guy who ran...
He was running Capital Gold.
Capital Gold.
Yeah.
And we were in a very important meeting. Very important.
Yeah.
I think it was...
well, he was giving us our own show on Capital.
He was going to give us our own show on Capital.
Yeah. And you weren't in the best state, were you?
Well, I fell off the chair.
Asleep, yeah.
Asleep.
In the middle of the meeting and landed on him.
I think that's the reason we didn't get our own show. Do you?
I remember him saying, is he all right? But I remember us coming home from Warner's in the car. You'd conked out.
I was asleep.
You was asleep. You was like that.
Yeah, it was our age to go.
Yeah, it was. He was, slobbering about. And I said to the fella, I said, do us a favour, stop at the, it was Rankins, the watch place.
Oh, that's right.
In Hackney.
Yes.
And I thought, right, I said, well, won't be a minute, mate. And I went in and I bought a Rolex. Right?
Yes.
Well, here we go.
You did.
Suddenly get a bit of money. I went in and bought a Rolex.
That's right.
I come out and I thought, oh, brilliant, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
John. All right then. So carry on, mate. Let's go. And I went, here, mate. You stop at Canary Wharf. We done a diversion to Canary Wharf, and I went and bought a sports car.
Yeah, you did.
I bought a TVR.
TVR, yeah.
Remember it? And I went in. I'd done the deal with the fella, and I said,
I stepped all the way through that.
I'll pick it up Monday. I got back in the car.
Very true, yeah.
And I got back, and I said, take him out. We went back to yours, Stapleford Abbott's.
Yes.
I remember you sort of waking up. I went, oh yeah. Anything happened? I went, not really, no. just spent a load of money.
The Bell and Spurling podcast is sponsored by the Funky Collection.
So anyway, how you doing?
Well, I've been doing fine since '79 when I organized crime with a good friend of mine. I go to San Tropez from December to May, and now I drive a big fat car. I smoke a lot, so yeah, you might say I'm doing okay.
The Bell and Spurling podcast is sponsored by the Funky Collection.
I'm still a young man, but I'm looking like Bob Hope. But I feel okay. I'm living day to day.
What did I buy?
Well, didn't you go to buy? You bought a new recording studio.
Oh yes, yeah, I did that.
But didn't you go to buy a television and went in the shop and you bought 6 of them?
I bought 6, yeah. Well,
Why?
Well, because you
couldn't make your mind up.
I couldn't make my mind up, and I bought some speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you remember when we went to? I'll tell you what else I spent my money on. When we were on the Sun bus in Manchester. Do you remember that?
Oh,
The Sun bus.
yeah.
Was it the Sun?
So the Sun newspaper
Yeah.
got us to go on their bus,
On the Sun bus.
and drive around Manchester.
Yeah, with page 3 girls.
Page 3 girls, yeah. So actually, that's the day before the the Greece game where Beckham gets the free kick. It was the day before.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was yeah. Anyway, we'll come to that in a minute. But that night we stayed at a good hotel. Can't remember what one it was.
Yeah.
But it was about. It was in the early stages.
We went out with Andy Gray that night.
We did.
And got mullered.
Oh, we got mullered. Yeah.
And we were meant to be doing interviews the next morning.
Yes.
But we got.
We had to deal with Marks and Spencer's with the model of their t-shirts, wasn't it?
That's right. Marks and Spencer sent some t-shirts for us to wear.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get it over your belly.
Couldn't get over my belly.
And it was in the Sun the next day.
It was.
With me and you with these Marks and Spencer Sven t-shirts.
And me with my belly hanging out of the shirt. that must have sold a few for them.
Oh, that. Yeah, I mean that was a great. That was a
first and only modelling.
A great deal for us. That was, but yeah, I remember you saying, "I can't believe I was singing in a pub in Dagenham the other week.
Yeah,
now I'm modelling for Marks and Spencer's."
So that night we get back mullered.
Yeah,
and the hotels had only just started putting computers in the room. Not computers, but the internet.
Yeah.
It was the early stages. So, I was drunk, wasn't I? And I thought, you know what? I'll find one of those naughty numbers.
Yeah.
No, 0898.
Oh, the 08, yeah.
In those days. And you could phone an 0898 number, and the menu would come up, and it was all different women telling you, what they look like, and you pick one.
Yeah.
Put in your they charged you on the phone.
Yeah.
So I must have phoned them.
Yeah.
And fell asleep at the menu. And woke up in the morning.
Yes.
Still on the phone to the menu.
In the hotel room.
In the hotel room. And then we went downstairs to pay the bill.
I didn't know you'd fallen asleep.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember we were meant to go to the stadium. We were meant to go to Old Trafford.
That's right.
And you being at the counter, and the driver said, "Come on, we've got to go now." And I remember thinking, "Hang on a minute, why is he at the counter?" I think
quite a long time.
Warner Brothers had paid for the hotel.
They had.
And I said, "It's all paid for, John." No, go away. Go away. I said, "No, it's all paid for." And then they gave you your bill.
Yeah.
And I went, "No, go away. You're trying to get me." And I said, That's not your bill. 1,300 quid.
Which now would be even more. I mean, it would be.
Well, it would be. But you done 1,300
1,300 quid.
in one phone call.
One phone call.
And nothing.
Nothing.
Didn't even know her name.
Didn't speak to anybody. Just fell asleep in the menu. You can choose Sonia or whoever.
Yeah. But you spent your money on other things, didn't you?
Yes. I must say, I did enjoy myself.
Yeah. Didn't you check into the...
What?
I'll tell you, here's a funny story. Oh. We were meant to sing in the middle of Millwall's pitch.
We did.
Right? And it was Mick Brown at Capital Radio. So
that's right.
Would we
You did a fantastic volley.
I did, yeah. They were playing Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
We were meant to go on before the game.
Yeah.
But you had been in a hotel all night.
I'd been at the Barclay. Well, other things were going on.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You had another room.
I had another room. Let's call it the naughty room.
Yeah.
And, I stayed up all night that night.
I think you done $3,500.
I did $3,500.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what on.
No. But you turned up for Millwall late.
Yes.
And we had to go on at half time.
Yes.
And you were I was
in a terrible state.
You looked like Harry Seacombe that day. When he was dead. Yeah.
I felt like him.
Yeah. And I remember going out on the pitch and start singing the Sven song, but we're miming.
Yes.
And then a ball come over because the subs had come out to
That's right.
Correct. And I remember catching it on my chest, followed it up, drilled it.
Yeah.
Crowd, yeah.
Brilliant it was.
Brilliant. And then I thought, Millwall going to love this. And I got you round the neck, didn't I? Wrestled you to the ground and made out I was punching you.
Yeah.
Right? The song's being played, Sven, and all the Millwall fans go, yes, get him.
Well, they enjoyed
loved
the violence.
And we walked off, me and you,
yeah,
being cheered by Millwall fans.
Yeah.
Which...
What, we on the front cover of their magazine?
We were after that, yeah. The Lions Roar.
Yes.
Then they found out I was a West Ham fan.
They didn't like that, did they?
Didn't invite me back.
They never found out I was a Spurs fan.
No, well, they didn't. West Ham was their big rival, weren't they? But they were. If you think about it, like when I'm going back, I'm thinking, you spent your money on different things to me.
Well, I did.
You got no interest in cars or stuff like that.
I kind of have more now.
Oh, you did buy a sports car, didn't you? Didn't you smash it up?
Yeah, I bought a Megane.
It's like a little.
What was it called?
Yeah, it was like a Renault sports car.
A Renault Megane.
Was it? No, it wasn't a Megane.
Sports, yeah.
It was like a little dart thing.
Yeah, it was a Megane Sports.
Didn't you smash into that? You didn't realise.
No, what happened was, it was about 2 a.m. I woke up and realised I'd run out of fags. I don't smoke anymore, by the way, folks. And yeah, so I decided to get in the car. Of course, still flipping about in the night.
Yeah.
Not been able to
Well, you had sleep apnea, right?
Sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Chronic sleep apnea.
We'll talk about that.
It turned out. So I thought, I'm going to get in the car and go get some fags. And I got some fags at 7-Eleven. Then on the way back, I hit a tree.
Yeah.
I think I hit a tree.
Yeah.
Because it woke me up.
Yeah.
That's what woke me up with the tree.
Oh, you was asleep.
I was asleep.
Yeah.
Fast asleep.
Yeah.
And hit the tree.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know is it was rolling over.
The car, yeah.
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 I don't know how that happened.
No.
But I rolled over a few times.
Yeah.
I can remember listening to I was listening to the radio. It's a weird thing. I was so relaxed from being asleep.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home.
No. Well, don't try it in a car, even.
I was so relaxed that while it was flipping over, I could just remember listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And I landed on its front, so the wheels are spinning.
Yeah.
In the air.
Yeah.
And it's a small car.
Is it? Yeah.
And because I was so relaxed, I mean, if it had happened now, I'd be shitting myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, get me out of it! But
Yeah.
I didn't. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
I was relaxed, and what I did was just punch the window and crawled out of it.
That was a sight.
And I had one cut
Oh, that is unbelievable.
on my arm.
Didn't they put some width restrictions in the road and you didn't know they were there? That's what you hit.
I think I hit that first.
Yeah.
Then went into the tree. But that didn't. With the whip restriction when I hit that didn't wake me up.
No, you slept through.
I slept through that.
Yeah.
When I hit the tree, that kind of,
that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I've crawled out the car. I haven't got any phone on me. So I've gone up to a house, knocked on the door.
Right.
Well, you know, I've just been in a major car crash.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No
Answer. I've tried about 4 different houses.
Right.
And one woman's leant out and gone, "What do you want?" And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I've just crashed over there.
I've corkscrewed through the air and smashed everything in sight."
There's my car there. The wheels were still spinning. I said, "There's my car there." And she said, I'll call the police." "No, are you okay?
Yeah.
Would you like to come in?"
Yeah.
She went, "I'll call the police." And left me
Was
there.
it your mum?
That was my mum.
Yeah.
She wasn't very happy. And the police came and of course I've got out to get some facts.
Yeah. So there was no...
They're still in the car.
Right. Yeah.
I want a fact. So the paramedic, whoever they are, came, the ambulance. I said, can I go and get my fags? She said, you've just been in a major car crash.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but I need my fags. They wouldn't let me have them.
Well, this is what I'm saying. That's your importance.
Yeah.
Right, okay, was fags. You didn't even care about the car, right? You couldn't care less about the car.
No.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
the fags.
The Bell and Spurling podcast is sponsored by the Funky Collection.
So anyway, how you doing?
Well, I've been doing fine since '79 when I organized crime with a good friend of mine. I go to San Tropez from December to May, and you know now I drive a big fat car. I smoke a lot, so yeah, you might say I'm doing okay.
The Bell and Spurling podcast is sponsored by the Funky Collection.
I'm still a young man, but I'm looking like Bob Hope. But I feel okay. I'm living day to day.
I mean, well, there's a great story that me and you did a gig and you drove off and you went, and I got home and it was about an hour and a half later and I phoned your mum and I said, oh, is John there? She said, oh no, he's not come home. And you stopped at a petrol station to get petrol.
Yeah, I fell
asleep.
Yeah.
And what happened? The bloke knocked on your window.
No, you can't sleep here. He's going, you can't sleep here.
Did you stop at traffic lights?
Listen,
and there was 50 cars going round you. You was asleep.
Yeah, of course. But the best one, I can't say it's the best one.
No.
Was when I was driving home 2 nights on the trail, and I hit the same parked car twice. That's incredible. The same car.
You went into the same.
I went into the same parked car. The first night, then the next night, fell asleep at exactly the same spot and hit exactly the same car.
I mean, look, we shouldn't be laughing, but really at the time, that is funny. But I'm missing now. Look, we're not allowed to laugh about too much. I mean, look, you're lucky. You never killed anybody. You never killed yourself.
Wow.
And you've never. I remember you doing gigs when you'd go back to your hotel room and did you got so drunk and then you fell through a plate glass table, not a scratch on you.
That's quite true.
Not just
yeah. Well, that was one of the many times that was where I was staying in a different hotel every day. But then I found I stayed in I had a flat. It was a house.
Yeah, in Marbella.
In Marbella, yeah. And there was a great big glass table in the middle of the living room. And I must have fell asleep standing up.
Standing up?
In my boxer shorts.
Yeah.
And went, ooh, smash on my back.
Yeah, yeah.
Fell backwards.
Yeah.
And had a scratch on my arm again.
It's mad, isn't
Incredible.
it? Really?
I mean, that
you should have been a stuntman, really. That's what you should have been.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
That's covered pretty much some of our early escapades, I suppose, from having the songs. But
it's covered many things.
Yeah. I mean, but the main thing is that you're still here.
I am still here.
You know, and we are still doing the Bell and Spurling gigs, and we are very lucky that every 2 years the Euros and the World Cup comes round.
Yes, it does.
And we get. I mean, that's the beauty of this, is that those 2 songs have taken us all over the world, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had a good summer, didn't we, last year?
Summer last year was brilliant, doing the gigs with all the ex-footballers.
Yeah.
And who knows?
The Funky Monk.
The Funky Monk Hotel.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It was good.
Hopefully we'll do that again next year. So
yeah.
Well, anyway, that wraps up pretty much episode 1.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.